54 tonight with mainly clear skies. It's been a little breezy for us, but I think those winds are going to be calming down for this evening. Tomorrow, not as windy. We will remain on the warm side, just maybe a few degrees cooler than what we're seeing right now. Matter of fact, 89 degrees right now, Roswell, 92 Carlsbad, and 86 degrees in Hobbs. And winds have been breezy at times, a little gustier off to our north around Klein's Corners, back towards Las Vegas with sustained winds right at 22. Now, we've got a storm passing off to our north. In addition, some winds coming out of the west, and combining those two together, we are ending up with a pretty breezy day, and at that, a very warm day as we get that downsloping on the east slopes of the Central Mountains, and that has a tendency of warming us up. So definitely that is the case for today. Now, things are going to be changing up a bit over the coming days as a ridge of high pressure sets up overhead. We'll establish that northwesterly flow, which has a tendency of not being quite as hot as that westerly flow. In addition, we'll get some cooler air behind a front that moves on in here that will shave a few degrees off initially, and will slowly and gradually drop down into the 70s. So the numbers that we're talking about here, of course, today we've been in the 90s down south, 70s and 80s off to our north. But here's what you have to look forward to as we get that front moving in. We'll drop into the 70s by Saturday, 60s off to our north with very little change off towards the west. Probably stay around in the 70s up in the Rio Grande Valley and 80s off to our south. So across the country right now, you can see things are kind of quiet for us, and actually that's not quite right. It's showing showers where we're at. That's an old map, so we apologize about that. But temperatures, you can see we do have dry air, by the way, despite what you just saw. 79 degrees in Albuquerque, 65 Denver, 55 in Oklahoma City, and 88 down in San Antonio. Very warm in the region right now, a little bit cooler off to our north. And overnight lows in the 30s and 40s, 50s and 60s tonight across much of the west and right along the Rockies, and 65 up in Denver tomorrow, 87 in El Paso, 90s down in San Antonio. So by no means are we going to be on the cool side tomorrow. Matter of fact, we're calling for 40s, 50s, and 60s tonight. We'll probably see some areas nearing 90 degrees tomorrow, but probably coming a little bit closer, at least being a little bit off that. 85 degrees with plenty of sunshine for Thursday. Friday, 75. And by the weekend, it should remain pretty quiet for us with low to mid-70s and overnight lows in the 40s and 50s. So all in all, looks like it's going to be a quiet next couple of days for us. So keep that in mind. The showers and storms in the meantime will remain well off to our north. Matter of fact, as we establish that ridge overhead the next couple of days, we will remain on the quiet side. But as we look ahead and we look at the extended forecast, you only have to look towards Tuesday and Wednesday for that passing storm system to bring in a few shower chances and even some cooler temperatures. So in the meantime, though, we will remain on the warm side with highs in the mid-80s and then 70s as we get that front moving in. And the next week, perhaps, if we are lucky, as that storm system moves on in like it's looking like it might do right now, we will see some showers popping up and we get a stronger front moving in, and those temperatures look to drop as well, and we'll be dropping those overnight lows in the 50s and then down into the 40s.